Yeah, so you can see my name is Lay, and I do the social media, so I'm always on Instagram. And yeah, your profile just like caught my eye because you're always doing like something
Thank
out there.
you.
Yeah, really interesting. So how long have you been there for now? Has it been a year yet?
Oh, it's almost a year. It's
Okay.
been 10 months ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool, perfect. Are you working at a public school now?
Working at a hagwon.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
And what are the hours like? Do you get weekends off or?
Yeah, so we get weekends off. The hours are from basically like 9:50 to 7:30. Yeah.
Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah. You joined during COVID, so it was, yeah, pretty interesting. How was that for you?
It was very interesting. It's definitely, especially coming to Korea in times of COVID, it was jarring from coming from the United States where people aren't as careful as they should have been, and then going to South Korea and there's curfew, you can't go in places at certain times. It was definitely eye-opening that like this is what different parts of the world are like, but it makes me want to come back to Korea in a time where there's not like
Definitely,
as many
yeah,
restrictions. Yeah, because
completely
I love
different.
it here. Yeah.
Okay. Were you signed up for did you want to do the in-class TESOL, or were you busy back home with something? You just thought that online is better?
I wanted to do the in-person, but the online got me there faster.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
And got you
so I think
working
that was
into a school faster as well, yeah.
Yeah, my goal is to get in South Korea as quick as possible.
Okay. So how intense was the online course back home? Were you working? Were you studying? Or it was just...
I was working at the same time. I would say that it was intense. There were like a lot of things to do, but as long as you space it out well, it's not that bad. Like I procrastinated to like the last second, so it was worse. But if you're smart, it's not bad.
Okay, so it was doable with a job as well.
Yes.
Okay. And then the visa process with COVID, was it slightly more tricky?
I don't really have anything to compare it to. I've never done like anything like it before.
Yeah.
But XploreAsia really helped with that. Like I didn't have any questions. They answered everything. Like
you just
it was
send us
relatively
stuff.
simple. Yeah, basically whatever. I love that I got a list of stuff, so I just checked it off. It was much easier than me just finding stuff myself.
Okay. So getting there, did you have to quarantine when you arrived?
Yes. So I landed, then I was taking like a medical cab, and I was lucky that I got to quarantine in what would be my apartment.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah, so I didn't have to go somewhere else. I was just in my like home, and it was for 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, that's a big difference from staying in like this hospital vibe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right. And how soon did you start teaching after you had arrived?
So we had the 14-day quarantine period, and mine was pretty fast. I got out on Wednesday, and I officially started teaching on Monday.
So it's like
it was a very quick turnaround.
Did you already know where you were staying and your apartment back in the US? Did they give you that information to apply for your visa?
Yes, so they gave me where I would be staying when I first got here. So I knew that. But
okay. Did you have any preferences in the beginning where you wanted to stay or size apartment or?
Not really. I didn't really have any like size apartment preferences. They didn't really give us a choice.
Okay.
I think with like place of stay, like where I was located,
yes,
I picked Gimple because it was pretty close to Seoul. It's like it was. I next time I'd like to be in Seoul.
Okay.
I think when they basically were like, it's like 45 minutes from Seoul, and I didn't realize that was like by car, not by public transit. So, but I really do. I like where I live. It's very cute and it's a nice little town. So it's close enough.
Yeah. So they told you the area or the town where you'd be staying,
Yeah.
and then the school. You needed the school to apply for your visa, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew the school.
And how far is the apartment the school gave you from your job, from the school?
Oh, see, this is nice. It's a 5-minute walk.
What? That's
It's
lucky.
5 minutes. It's very lucky.
Does the apartment belong to the school?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so they kind of use the apartment for teachers. That's the best part. No transport, no commute. No one.
Yes, exactly. It's so nice.
Okay, all right. But I think because you arrived during COVID, we didn't have the huge intake. We didn't have like big orientations. How did you make friends after arriving?
So my Hagwon has a lot of foreign teachers. When I first got here, they had like 17.
What?
There were a ton of foreign teachers. So it was very helpful. It was pretty easy to make friends. And then they're my circle of friends, basically. So,
That's interesting, that you have quite a big group there. Did you have any issues in terms of language right in the beginning? Was the school quite happy to help you? Were your friends quite happy to assist if you had problems?
So everyone was very helpful, definitely. It's when like I wanted to go off on my own that it became a little more of a problem. I've really only run into issues when it comes to sometimes transit and figuring out like where to go. Like when I first got here, I got out of quarantine and my boss like gave me just like a map, like Google Maps, and drew where I was supposed to go. I didn't have the Cal Maps. I didn't have anything. And I was just walking around Gimpo trying to ask people where the Hagwon was. So there was
where's my work?
I was like, where's my job? But for the most part, the language barrier hasn't been that much of like a deterrent. Like I can recognize things. Is my Korean great? No, it's not. I've gotten better, but it's not great. But it's nothing I would say for anyone to worry about coming here.
Okay. Yeah. Last question that people always ask me is if the first month is tough. So compared to other countries that we offer, South Korea does have an apartment set up for you. Your flight is reimbursed later, but did you have to save a lot for your first month? Were you like eating cup noodles or was it fine?
I had to save before I came here. My boss was pretty good about getting my reimbursement money back fast. So like my flight reimbursement back fast. So that helped. It wasn't too bad. It really, I think quarantine was the worst.
Yeah, for sure. All right. When you were in quarantine, could you order in? How did you get food?
So the school provided me with some food, and then the Korean government like sent me some stuff as well. You can order stuff. A lot of times you have to have a Korean phone number or a Korean card. I wasn't able to order
2 weeks were a bit tough,
but it was a little tight.
Okay. So if you were to come back the next year or so, what are the main things that you would do differently? So as you said, firstly, look in the contract.
Like contract stuff especially, and then housing where I would be living.
Okay. Definitely like contract things are tricky, but do you think that for your first year, like it met your expectations for your to introduce you to South Korea?
Oh, absolutely. Like I think everyone has issues with their school at some point, but just being here in South Korea is amazing. even in times of like COVID and stuff, I found it to be the easiest thing is like I can maintain like myself here. I don't need help from anyone. I've been able to save, go on a bunch of things. I feel completely financially stable here. Just South Korea is a gorgeous country.
Yeah.
It's so
and
beautiful.
There's so much to see. It looks so small on a map, but it's amazing.
There's so much to do. Also the public transit. I literally went to like Seoul. I went to Busan for like $30.
What?
It was amazing. Yeah, you just take the bus. It's so simple.
How far out of Seoul do you stay if you use public transport? How long does it take?
How long does it take? So to get into Seoul, it takes me an hour, about like an hour. Yeah. But it depends where I want to go in Seoul. There are some places in Seoul where it takes me 2 hours at least to get there.
It's quite big, yeah.
So yeah, so it just depends where I want to go.
Yeah, for a night out, it's not really worth it. But yeah, for a weekend or a full day, it's fine.
Absolutely. I'm in Seoul every weekend basically.
And it's not too expensive, right? I believe the public transport is quite cheap in South Korea.
It's so cheap. It costs me maybe 3,000 won to get into Seoul. Maybe 6,000 won to get in Seoul, go around and come back. It's so cheap.
Okay.
Unbelievably.
Yeah. That's the thing I miss the most about South Korea is the taxis. I'm not sure if you use taxis, but taxis were super cheap. I was like, what? Is that it?
They're like, it's like for me to go into Seoul by taxi, I think it's like 35,000 won. So, but when you go with a group of people, you can split that up.
If you're dividing by 3 or 4.
But they're just convenient, especially in more rural parts of Korea where public transit is iffy at best. You just call a taxi.
Yeah. Okay. And when you do finish your contract now in June, it's pretty much just packing up your apartment. What do you leave for the next teacher? What was there when you arrived?
When I arrived, I had some like basic kitchen essentials. I had some bedding, some pillows. I had some furniture like around, like some like a desk, a chair, some other stuff. I plan to leave a good amount of stuff. I might I'm probably leave my kitchen stuff, probably some of my plants.
For the next teacher,
Yes. I know some people who have had like less, like they didn't even have like pots or pans or bedding, but it's just, again, it's especially that quarantine's over now.
Exactly,
it's really not that.
Okay.
It's not too big a deal.
All right, good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for making this time. Yeah, it was very useful for me that I can just check where you are and what people are doing. So I really hope you're going to go home in June, but I hope whenever you do come back, you just, let us know and we'll definitely find something for you. All right.